Do the homies. He didn't understand it. He was like, do the homies. That shit is hilarious.
I say the one of my favorite episodes.
Getting that grind up.
I was thinking about that.
I like the one with when Stink Nina possessed Tom.
Oh yeah.
And you probably remember. Yeah. That was a good one. And the only thing to get rid of like an evil nigga spirit was peace. They couldn't find what was so peaceful because Stink Nina like hated other black people, so they had to bring Uncle Ruckus in, and he was like, "You hate niggas?" And he was like, "Yeah, I do."
The internet was fucked up.
And,
But I was recorded, so I got it.
Right. He was like, "Yeah, I do," and then they started conversating like, "I hate when they do this, I hate when they do that," and then like it was peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't necessarily. I was laughing more so towards at the beginning, but the more I watched, the more I started really watching it for what they were talking about.
The seriousness
of it. That's, and I I'll talk about that in a minute. But Mom,
mine was cool. Had a couple days off. My son graduated and went down. We chilled with him.
Congratulations,
my
I
brother.
appreciate that, man. I told him that.
Yeah,
But
that's what's up.
Oh, you ain't watching? You ain't watching no face? Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Oh, I had my favorite episode honestly was the episode about the chicken. When they had the chicken,
like
the
Apocalypse?
Popeye's equivalent to when they had everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite episode because it was like they had Chick-fil-A, but they called it Chick-Frole or something like that, and it was like it was clear what these restaurants were that you were talking about. But you know, the whole world got sick just like with coronavirus, and then they come to find out it was just salmonella poison.
What season was that? Because I don't think I watched.
Season 5.
Okay, I didn't watch season 5. Like the shit was only good up into season 3 for me. So
It's either 4 or 5. It's one of the newer ones.
okay.
Yeah.
Like
when it comes to that Martin shit, I got to
Yeah, Hush Tasha.
So we had a homework assignment this week. I sent a text message.
Don't do no homework.
Okay, well,
Hell no, I passed. Hey, boy, I graduated with a 1.9 GPA, baby. Barely. Shit, go check my transcripts.
let's
Okay, so what's the question?
Exactly. What's the question?
the episode was the Fried Chicken Flute, season 3, episode 13.
Oh, season 3. Okay.
But
There's only 4 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 4 seasons.
The homework assignment or something to think about was 1 to 3 things you learned this year.
You go first because we want an example.
Yeah, you go first.
You said an example. Go ahead.
I'll go first if you want me to.
Go ahead, sure.
I've been I'm still learning it, but I got the basics down pat. Coding.
Coding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thinking about going back to school for cybersecurity, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thinking about that, man.
That's one thing, you'll never not have a job, or jobs will never not be available to you when you learn that stuff.
Yeah, it's a learning hill. There ain't no curve. It's a hill, bro. Like,
What language you learning?
shit, I don't even know. I'm at the fucking basics, bro. Like, I'm literally at the basics of it. I just bought the fucking textbook. I brought it off. What's that? Chegg.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Chegg allow you to like just rent the textbooks for a certain amount of time.
Oh, okay.
So I figure I just like kind of read through it before I actually see what I'm getting into. Cause it's like $20. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go into it.
Is that the only thing you?
That's the thing I think of at the top of my head.
Okay.
You know, more so hardware stuff, man. I've been helping my grandfather out like around the house.
Yeah.
So I learned how to put up walls in the bathroom.
You ain't got no calluses.
You said what?
You ain't got no calluses.
yeah.
What you mean?
Yeah, I'm looking at them, bro. You ain't got nothing. I mean, you talking?
That literally,
Bro,
what you talking about?
Bro, that's a callus.
Calluses.
Come on, bro.
That's what young people do. They pedicure their hands and shit. They
man.
ain't working
I
with that.
pedicure my hands.
Yeah, man. You see that, boy? It's calluses, boy.
Bro, bro, you need
You
to
got a
moisturize.
callus,
God.
You see that? You know what I'm saying? That's callus.
No, that's drastic. Moisturize, fellas. You know,
Dry skin. Come on, man. Stop.
All right.
So you like sitting on your hands. That's all. That's
You
cool.
said what?
You like sitting on your hands. That's all right.
Sitting on my hand.
That's tough, man. We trying to really
Sit
get
on my
this
hand.
grind and shit, man. Niggas really trying to get these grind and shit.
That's about it, though, man. That's about it. It's been a smooth year. Right?
Space, you go.
You know, when I thought of this, I started paying attention, and I end up. Well, I mean, I could have a super long list about the stuff that I learned, but watching the Boondocks, I learned that I identify with Huey a lot.
Oh boy, I thought you was gonna say something else.
You thought about to say something about
Whoa,
the homies?
Whoa, nope. I thought you was gonna say I identify. You know how you must be talking about I identify as this or that.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna say some shit like I really found out I identify as, and I thought you was gonna really say something else.
Identify
I
as
thought
a
we used to have for every question we had, we can have a goddamn intervention.
You thought I was I identify as a microphone.
No, I would have thought. I don't know what I thought, but go ahead, finish. You identify with Huey, like
Huey, like the stuff that he was, how serious he was about life, about how people don't pay attention to things that aren't important. You know what I mean? Like Huey was the one with the fro, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, yeah. Just like how all the people, like in the fried chicken flu episode, or the chicken flu episode, like. Everybody was flocking to it. My bad. Everybody was flocking to try to get the chicken, but Huey was like, "Don't do it." That's how I do with a lot of stuff.
So you remember that time you sat in the basement and watched nothing but BET for like 24 hours?
And you saw how his health deteriorated. Yeah.
That was hilarious. You relate to him though?
I relate to him with his thought process, how and the way he addressed different situations in life.
You know, he's supposed to be depicted from the Black Panther founder.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why his name's Huey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huey.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Another thing I learned was I started working on my refrigerator. Like, you know, when it gets loud, and for one reason or another, essentially, you might need to defrost the freezer, or like just take everything out and unplug it, let it thaw out, or it could be a motor at the bottom of the freezer that you can just buy it apart and take off a few screws, replace screws.
It's just like it was unnecessarily loud.
Oh, you remember the episode when J Every Day was like,
"What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, what's that noise in the background?
That was your refrigerator?
That was my refrigerator. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I just had to. Well, I still have to. I haven't bought the part yet, but
I think I gotta do the same thing in my refrigerator. It won't get cold at the bottom. It just started, like, I don't know. So, but I've changed one before.
yeah. The third thing I learned this year was to stop expecting myself in other people.
That's a good one. Elaborate on that, brother.
So for instance, a lot of people, say for instance, I try to invite somebody to something, right? And they say they're going to make it, they don't. I invite them again, they don't make it again. I invite them a third time, whatever, or and they don't make it a third time. I used to get mad at the fact that when said person invites me to something, I would go.
You break your neck to them.
I try to make sure.
You make sure even if you just go for 5-10 minutes, you're going.
Right. Yeah. I try to make sure, but then I expect that effort. What's the word I'm trying to use? But I expect that effort, that intentionality, in other people. But then I find out the hard way that they're not as true.
Everybody's not true.
Right. And I had to learn that because I to this example, invite people to things, and for instance, this podcast. I know I've invited people to listen to the podcast, people that are close to me. Not listen to a single episode.
No disrespect, but fuck them.
But
I agree.
I mean,
ain't that's the same thing we said when we was like, when your homies or your friends got something going on and you support? When we talking about that episode, we talked about that before, didn't we?
Something to that extent, yeah.
Yeah. But Jay Every Day used to always tell me too, because I always used to be like, I did this, and other people have excuses, but like he always say, you're a monopoly, right?
Anomaly.
You're an anomaly. I get them mixed up. You're an anomaly. So you can't expect everybody to do the same things you do. We're not built the same. And if I've learned that over the years too, I've been learned that a long time ago. And that's why I said, ooh, is because I know what type of friend I am when you got me as a friend.
Yeah.
I don't expect just because I show up to you for everything and I do everything for you, I'm not doing it because of you or how you treat me. I'm doing it because that's who I am.
Yeah.
That's what I do for my friends.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting that in return. You expect that in return, you're going to fail every time because everybody's not going to give you the same energy you're giving them.
Yeah.
You just got to go with people who, like, I got friends. I know how my friends are. I'm not expecting anything more or less from you. Now, when you start doing more, I'm gonna look at you like, nigga, you okay? You sick? You about to die or something? Because now you're starting to do more than what you usually do. That's not you. So I want to ask you what's wrong. But I don't expect that from other people. Like I tell everybody that. I told my girl that. I done told a lot of people that. Like, just because you do something, that's just like, I'm a loving person. I always give love. I always do this. But then I expect you to do the same. No, that's who I am. I don't expect you to do the same. Just because I helped you and hold the door, I don't expect you to do that back for me. But if you do, that's cool. But if you don't, I'm not going to hold that against you because that's who I am. Don't change who you are because somebody else is treating you different. God got them. Don't worry about that. They going to get theirs or whatever they coming with. And that's what we got to do as people. Just because somebody else treats you like shit, that don't mean you got to treat them like shit. Just stop fucking with them, but don't change who you are and start treating other people like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do as people.
Yeah. And that's how I address that situation.
Yeah,
right?
you don't change who you are. Keep doing what you've been doing. Keep inviting. Keep doing all that same thing.
Right.
But when they look up and when you're really not there, and they wondering why, like, nigga, I just got tired of showing up for you. That's all.
Exactly. And that's how I do it. Yeah, that's how I do it. That's like I've been there for you a lot. You were there for me almost never.
Yeah. Like
so you don't deserve the benefits of my friendship.
Right. Point exactly.
Like I try to be the best friend that I can be to anybody that I call myself a friend. Anybody that I call a friend or a brother, I try to be the best that I can.
That's the only thing you can do.
If you don't, and I expect reciprocity in that fact. I expect reciprocity for real. Like if I help you with stuff, I expect you to help me. It's a give and get. I'm not saying like I'm doing it with the intention of you trying to get the benefits of you helping me with something. I'm saying that's how you maintain a relationship. You got to have some sort of reciprocity.
Yeah, it's not always give. You got to take sometimes too. It's like I'm not saying we got to go tit for tat. Like I give to you, you give to me. I can give to you 3 times. As long as you at least gave to me once, it's still cool.
Yeah.
It's still cool. That's all right.
Yeah.
But it can't be me just study giving because then I'm gonna get exhausted of me giving. So now I can't give you no more because I done exhausted everything I done gave.
Right. And now, for instance, like if I have the intention of starting a business because we now have a give and get relationship. Now, if I get successful in something that I do, you're gonna be one of the first people that I try to help with whatever that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody who I've invited to stuff, if I invited to listen to the podcast, if I invited to some sort of outwardly function and they never show up, but they say that they're going to be there, or they say, I invited them to something and say, I'll have to see what I'm doing that day.
Bro, when motherfuckers say you some shit like that, you just say okay.
And that's what I do. You
just say okay and keep walking. Because I know now where we stand. I know because if you got to see, I got to see what I'm doing, and that means you're not doing nothing. That means you just don't give a fuck about me.
Exactly. You're telling me that you're waiting to see if something else is gonna pop up.
Because I'm not that important to you. So it's cool. It's okay.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. But so those are my 3 things.
I'll go. What? Only thing I can really think of is, and I know I probably did this last year. Now we always been talking about it. Driving a truck.
Okay.
Really, it's like really getting into it. Really learning my craft. Really getting better at backing. Really getting better at just everything it is got to do with a truck. When it's like coming to changing grommets on the airline. See, people don't know about all this stuff about changing stuff like that on the airline, knowing where your air leaking at, how to do your tandems, just everything that got to do with some type of truck. It's me learning every aspect I could.
Yeah.
That's really, really what it is for me. And, what I really learned too is, this is a big one, and I just really learned this in the last couple months, is I know people say they don't, but they do. I need structure in my life. I need something, and elaborated is like, everybody got structure because you go to work, you do your normal everyday things. Sometimes you need a little bit more of somebody telling you like, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. Not saying that I need a boss or I need somebody over me watching me, but I just need a little bit more encouragement to tell me, because I go to the gym every morning, but sometimes my eating habits is not like it used to be good, but now it's getting better to what the fact of I'm not eating all that bull stuff and jive and stuff like that no more. I'm not, just doing all that stuff, and you starting to see how you feel. You starting to see about eating this and doing that and just drinking this and just drinking that and try to drink more water, staying away from the soda and juice. But then I learned when I was doing it and I was looking, I'm like, and it's not hard for me to do it either. It's just like, I needed some structure. I needed somebody to tell me what to eat and what not to eat. what we're gonna focus on, what we're not gonna focus on, and stuff like that. And that really resonated with me of like, because I told Jay every day this, like, bro, I just need a structure. I don't know if you remember me telling you this or not like that, but I was like, I think that's just me. I just need a little structure. I need something to strive for. I need something to work for. I need my family so I can provide for my family. I need my friends so I can show up for my friends. I need this so I can be there for this. I just need a little structure. Because you without no structure, you just out here lost soul, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good one for me, structure. I just brought, just really thought about that right there when we was just talking.
Cool.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to say, but, man, I like that watch every day. I need one of those, B.
Oh, man, I wear it all the time, man.
I never really, paid attention to that because
It's my pretty much, everyday go-to watch. I mean, if I'm wearing silver, then...
Tag Huey at home, though. No, just
What was it called?
Tag Huey. Tag Year or Tag Huey? I don't know how.
Tag Year.
Tag Year, whatever.
That's how it's pronounced, Tag Year?
It's a dope-ass watch, though. Look here, you finna go. What you call it?
I just want to
It's a
see.
dope-ass watch, though. It ain't gonna lie. He sent me that watch because I was wondering what it was. It's some dope watches, though. Yeah, Jay, every day, what you got anything?
Huh?
You got anything about what you learned so far?
I think it's less about what I learned, and it's more about what I've less about what I learned, but just more so reiterate to myself every year. And what I reiterate to myself every year is, be your own ambassador, right? So
be your own ambassador.
Be your own ambassador,
Okay.
meaning push your own agenda, whatever your agenda is. Look out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have people, you can't think that people got your best interests, right? So you have to look out for yourself, speak up for yourself. Everything is about you. Self-preservation is the first law of nature, right? So if you're not taking care of yourself, you know what I mean? You can't take care and look after those around you. You can't look after your wife. You can't look after your children. So if you're not even in your best health, then how could, your family expect to really depend on you, right? So what I have to reiterate on myself every year is be my own ambassador. Just making sure that 6 o'clock must be the time.
Right, I was just saying.
I was listening to the episode last time. But again, just being my own ambassador. This is just for me. So I always put myself first, and then everybody else is secondary, and that's just the way how I move.
Yeah, I mean, they when you're on the plane, they tell you to, if in an emergency situation, they tell you to put your mask on first.
Or lifeguards, swimming better, you put it on yourself.
But I tell a lot of people that, though. I don't see how people, because I understand you want to be not selfish, but sometimes you have to be selfish. Like you say, if I'm not in my best health, I'm the breadwinner. If I'm not in my best health, I'm hurting, I'm not taking care of my health, I'm not making sure I'm good, how the hell am I going to take care of y'all?
Right.
How am I going to take care of my household? But I tell the people all the time, and most of the time I tell that to single mothers, because they be like, oh, my kids come next. No, your kids don't. You do. Because if you're not here, then who the fuck your kids going on? They're going to be orphans.
That's true.
Because there's nobody else out here to take care of them, so you have to. It's a mandatory that you must take time out and do things for yourself first. It don't matter if you're in a relationship, whatever. You got to make sure you straight so I can make sure we straight.
Right.
So I understand. I get them totally on that. I've been saying that for a long time right there. I'm a firm believer in that. I got to make sure. That's why you go buy you something. Like, you go buy yourself something. Go do something for yourself. Go just do something alone. It's okay.
I buy myself something all the time, every day.
But that's what I'm saying.
Every day I'm buying me something.
But that's what you work hard for, though, right?
No doubt. Like, I'm not one of them people that, try to hoard the money or no shit like that. Like, I mean, if I can invest in things, I could do that, but I'm not one of them people like, I'm scared to spend money type situation. Like, what you gonna do with the money when you're dead? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't take it with you, right? So you might as well spend it, have a good time. I'm not saying be out here, just splurging and stuff like that. Be mindful with the money.
Yeah.
Maybe even if you like certain things, some people like artwork. They invest in art, but they still got the piece. You see what I'm saying? And the money will go up. I mean, the value will go up in the product. So, I mean, look at things like that. I mean, I like gym shoes. I buy gym shoes. I buy them shits. I got gym shoes I don't wear. But if the value go up high enough, what I do is sell them shits, right? So I done made, if I spent $100 on, a pair of dunks, they may be selling for $300-400. I done made $300-400 off a pair of shoes that I did not wear. So
all because you.
I got one for you because and I don't know if that was the episode we had, not last week. Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Name 3 things, your 3 things that if people want to give you a gift or anything like that, like your 3 major things. I don't know if you heard us.
No, I heard that. Y'all already know me. Like,
I know probably like 1 or 2.
Number 1 is gonna be cologne.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Cologne is another thing where, you know, you can get certain fragrances or whatever, it go up in value, you know, because it's being discontinued. But yeah, I mean, my wife, I have a cologne list. She can pick, or my mother, y'all can pick off that list. I don't, you know, I'm also I don't want to be surprised with gifts like that. I mean, you can surprise me with one of them things I had on the list, but I don't, because I mean, I understand. I'm grateful for the gift.
Yeah.
But I prefer you just get me what I want.
Surprise me with what
the
you
gift
right
that they receive.
Exactly, because then I'll really cherish that, because that's something that I really wanted myself. Number 2, of course, is and if we were talking about just material things, it's gonna be gym shoes. I like shoes, man. And number 3, watches. If I could have,
we got 2 of the same too. 2 of the same one.
Like watches, I would definitely, but you need a lot of money for watches.
Yeah, watches be up there though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Watches do be.
I was thinking about that too. I know specifically. I have a specific list now of what I want. And I don't remember what I said before, but one of them was cologne.
Yeah, one of them was watches too.
Now, okay, cologne. That's tough. Okay, cologne. Okay, I'll say watches, but the third thing I know, backpacks.
I can tell you your third thing you said on the last one was electronics though.
Yeah. I can take that off. I can say I love backpacks. I love
explore.
backpacks. Yeah, right. Like if you want to give me a gift, like that's my favorite accessory. Like it's in my algorithms when I'm scrolling through social media.
Oh,
like
backpacks.
Definitely. So the what I wanted to talk about, I've been waiting to talk about, because I want all 4 of us to be here.
Okay.
Put some gunshots in the.
So the drum roll. This organization called Black Lives Matter. You familiar with it, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what you're saying.
You familiar with it,
Talking
right?
about the finesse.
The finesse, bro.
But we've been talked about that.
No, we didn't.
Not real quick. With Black Lives Matter, like, I don't know nobody who's given to these people. So all this shit could be fake. All I know, if that's what you're talking about, the finesse.
Right.
You talking about the finesse?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Essentially.
I don't know anybody who's given. Like, have you given?
Given what?
Exactly. Have you given?
Given what?
Have you given?
Like, I got a family.
Nobody I know gives the black. So who the fuck did y'all finesse?
Right.
Maybe white folks.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you didn't finesse me. Black lives do matter. You know what I'm saying? Oops. Black lives do matter. You know, but I'm not finna give y'all no bread. No. I'm sorry. For what? For why?
Dr. Umar in the corner,
That's
like
the
y'all could
question.
have gave me that to open up my goddamn school.
But he got these HVAC situations.
I
got these HVACs.
I got the pipes.
The pipes. And you know what? Don't nobody want to donate their time.
Donations.
If we was any other group like the Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, or the Polish, or the Ukrainians, that they just sent 100,000 of them over here, they could build our own community. But since I'm black, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro.
I heard like okay, so what? Explain to us what kind of happened.
Essentially, the originators of the organization used whatever money the donations came from to fatten their pockets,
Okay.
as opposed to supporting the families of what they or anybody affected by what they say their cause is.
Okay.
Right? So
Who couldn't see that? Like,
I never really supported, bro.
Black Lives Matter. Are y'all serious?
I mean, I'm.
They house is big as hell, aren't they?
They bought a $6
They bought a
million
few of them shits.
mansion,
They bought not one, they bought like 6 of them shits.
right? So that's really what I wanted to talk about, right? Because I've been waiting to hear about this, to hear what y'all thoughts are, see if y'all been paying attention to it, seeing what's going on.
Fuck up.
That's it.
Simple,
That's
man.
really
I
it.
I mean, because I was up on this like a few months ago, you know, when it first kind of hit the scene.
Was
And,
it like February or something like that?
yeah, I mean, like, who did y'all finesse? I mean, it wasn't me, and I'm pretty sure the average motherfucker in the hood wasn't donating bread. So who did y'all finesse? Oh, you finessed the liberals or whatever the fuck. All right, cool. Y'all got finessed. You know, and this is not, you know, no disrespect to your topic. And it's just like, all right, y'all got finessed. That's on y'all. I don't give a shit who y'all did it on the backs of. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Because I seen it for what it was. This shit was all fake anyway.
Did you think it was a finesse? Did y'all? Because I think we know how everyday feels. Did y'all think it was a finesse from the start?
Go ahead, go.
I say from the very start, no, because you know it was they tried to do organized protests and stuff like that, but then like after that, it was silence. It was silence. It wasn't like shit just stopped happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was just silence, utter complete silence from Black Lives Matter. So it's like that's when I thought, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? You know, like what's actually going on with the organization? And this was maybe a few months after George Floyd.
But if you look at their website
Just finna say that.
their website had a totally different agenda of what they was trying. You know, so we're protesting. Really, okay, we talk about Black Lives Matter, but it's really about at the point, you know, Black Lives Matter was really we talked about. It was about, you know, really the black men that died. But if you go to their website, they had nothing to do with black men. Nothing about none of that. Right? They was pushing some type of
LGBT community like type stuff.
Yeah, them people. But you know what I'm saying? They was pushing. But it is what it is, you know? Hey, it's me, man. Hey, I don't give no fuck about none of that. Boy, this is me. Boy, I don't give a fuck who listening. But, like, that was the agenda pushed on the website, essentially. Is it still up there? And I think since then they revamped it because so many people had caught wind of it. But, they... Come on, man. How didn't people see the finesse? Like, who's really giving money to this shit? Yeah. I don't give money to... I don't even give money to the Red Nose at Walgreens. Like,
they actually give the Red Nose.
Yeah.
To me, if I really wanted to donate money, and just me, because I never donate money to a big organization or a big company, because it never gets to the people anyway. I'd rather see a mother in need or something like that and give that to her to register or something. I'd rather see a bum on the street that really wants something to eat and throw him a few dollars or something like that. Rather than me donate anything to United Way, Black Lives Matter, Red Cross, any of that, because when we really need that shit, they're never there for us. Ever.
And that was one of my questions too, right? Like, I've never seen anybody in the media saying Black Lives Matter helped my family.
Yeah. I've never seen that either.
I've never seen it, right?
Well, because of Black Lives Matter, we did this or anything.
Right, like...
we built a new community center for Black Lives Matter. They rebuilt some goddamn rims or a basketball thing. And I don't hear about athletes doing that shit. I don't never hear about them doing that shit.
Bro, the only thing I've ever heard Black Lives Matter pay for was some funerals and some of the family attorney fees.
Well,
Ben Crump got that.
I was going to say, Ben Crump was out here doing that for the friendly.
Ben Crump got super rich from that shit. Well, you done got so goddamn rich. It's ridiculous after that shit.
Just all you got to do is just say you forgive. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to say you forgive.
And we got your check.
Yeah, we got your check. It's like, you know, you just forgive the shooter or whatever, and you know, give them a hug.
To me,
we out here giving shooters and shit hugs for why? And talking about God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we gonna, you know, we forgive. God, that's up to God. And come on, fam, stop it.
To me, you know, I like the families when they get up there on TV. Yeah. When I don't see Ben Crump there, I'm like, that's a real family. Mm-hmm. When I see Ben Crump there, I'm like, oh, you like what Spacer said, you just taking money. I'm being honest though. When you see Coke, huh?
I said, y'all being sponsored by Coke.
Thank you. Y'all just taking bread. But when there's be another family up there with a whole totally different lawyer, I'd be like, okay, y'all for real want justice for whoever y'all with. But when you got Ben Crump up there, y'all ain't want no justice. Y'all want a goddamn check. Because Ben Crump is not no motherfucking attorney that you're going to go get for justice. You're going to get him because you're trying to get the most money you can get.
That reminds me of CeeLo. the not CeeLo himself, but the character he played in Boondocks.
Oh, with the purple suit and the glasses.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
that's with the alien.
Very relatable.
And that's what I like most about
We just
Boondocks.
need you to apologize.
You the homies.
But yeah, bro, I've never seen it. I've never seen it go like to the extent of being viral, where people said Black Lives Matter helped their family out, and that's what you've built your organization from, the fact that people, black men in particular, are dying, right?
No doubt.
So you would think that the first thing, to Jay Everyday's point, the first thing you would have on your website is something about the fact that black men are dying or black people are dying on your website, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up. Jeez, I lost it. Anyway, but yeah, bro, I was just thinking about, because one of the things that is going on is one of the founders, Patrice Cullors, used, and this is from blackenterprise.com, by the way. Patrice Cullors, 38 years old, used about $2 million in organization funds to pay her brother and her child's father for professional services.
Shit. She just kept it in the family. She kept her family employed. That's what y'all should be doing.
Services.
Exactly.
Billing them,
Hey, man, she did what she's supposed to be doing.
How much though?
$2 million.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
$2 million.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
You know what? At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck where that money went. Like that, I just really don't like.
Cause okay, to piggyback off that, y'all kind of finished with that, or y'all want to keep?
No,
going?
I'm just gonna say why I don't give a fuck about it is just it's the same way as a politician.
I was gonna say
Politicians get bread.
Yes.
Don't nobody know where the money went. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't give a shit. Like this. That's the finesse. Being a politician is the finesse. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. They bounced off with y'all money. You know what I'm saying? They get up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We'll
okay. But to pick you off that, because she said she gave her family, you can say she gave her family the money, right?
$2 million.
And I saw a clip about David Banner, right, where he was talking about how we call white people racist, right? For them helping each other out and doing.
They do be calling white people racist. I don't call them that. Go ahead.
Y'all know. If you don't, you don't. But look, he said they was calling white people racist, but he made me look at it in a totally different way. And I've always kind of said this too. Don't you supposed to help out your people? Don't you, like, okay, say I own a company, right? We all homies or whatever like that. You think y'all not getting first dibs on what I need, or I'm getting proceeds from the United States government or whatever like that, I'm getting contracts? Y'all think y'all not getting jobs first?
No doubt. I mean, I'm with that.
So don't white people supposed to help out because they're like what's supposed to help out their own first?
Well, see, here's the problem, and this is not saying y'all racist or nothing like that, but see, here's the problem is that y'all sabotage the shit that we're trying to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So any other time, you know, so when we got our own shit popping, now y'all over there sabotaging our shit. You see what I'm saying?
I can smoke a bag of that. I can smoke a bag of that.
I can smoke a bag of that. Who was it?
And for those who are doing that, you are racist.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I can get that. Because like we say, Mexicans help out Mexicans.
Absolutely.
They be 48 deep in a house and all them work for the same goddamn company. And it's not me trying to throw no shade. I'm not, but it's true.
No.
They help out each other and they get everybody on board until they pay off their house. They done took a house that they done bought with a 30-year loan. They done paid that bitch off in 5 years, and somebody else in that house finna go buy another house, move a lot of people in. They finna pay that motherfucker off, and they finna keep doing that until they own the whole block right there.
But there's other things in play that we really don't know about. Why it's allowed? Why they're allowed to?
They get loans real quick. They get loans quick.
Exactly. They get loans and stuff. Not just them, just other groups get loans real quick. I was asking somebody. I'm like, man, if we finna go smoke cigars later, right?
Yeah.
We go smoke cigars. What type of people normally own the cigar and tobacco shops, right? You got Middle Easterners, right? So those people normally. Who owns the hair and beauty salon? You got the people, the Asians and Chinese and Koreans and so on and so forth, right? You got the people that's over, building houses and stuff like that. Now you got that's the Polish, those Eastern Europeans, right?
Mostly be white though.
Eastern Europeans, those people, right? Polish, you know what I'm saying? Ukraine, Russian, all them type of people up through there, the Baltics, right? So then you also got Okay, now you got the man who own like the little tire shops that you go to. Right, it's
Hispanics.
gonna be the Mexicans, the Hispanics, and
yeah.
so on and so forth. There's nothing that like a black people really own has industry in that we can really just say is our shit. You know what I'm saying? We give away our shit like just basic frying fucking chicken. Niggas is going to JJ's. Now JJ's got the lick on the price if you compare that shit to Harold's. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying they do. You get 100 pieces for $100 up in that moment. Harold's is gonna be 100 pieces for $300 around there. You know what I mean? This is just the facts. So. What I'm saying is that we don't have an industry of our own. If we fry chicken, if we eat chicken like that, that's all we need to be doing is going to get with black people and get chicken from black people. Mm-hmm. If we get hair, nigga, first of all, hair grow off your shit for free.
Yeah.
You know, for the free.
But you know why that's not though? And we had a conversation about this when we was at Time Out Chicago about the fucking culture. About you want to go do something else instead of what the fuck your family is made for doing.
True.
If you was a goddamn tradition of firefighters, niggas, y'all trying to be firefighters. Fuck you want to sing for?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, we a tradition of motherfucking truck drivers. Why the fuck you want to start rapping? You want to sing? Why you want to sing? Now we drive trucks. You want to sing though?
Bleep that out, boy. That said whatever the fuck.
But now you want to we drive trucks, but now you want to be a fucking rapper,
right?
Or you want to be an entertainer,
right?
Okay, we dig holes, but now you want to be. I don't want to dig holes, my pop and father. I want to go be an artist.
I don't want to dig holes, mom. I just want to fuck.
Tired of this, grandpa.
Yeah. You see, I'm tired of this, grandpa. That's what I'm saying. But that's the thing, and that's why I wanted to go to culture too, because we're gonna jump right into the culture thing. Right. A culture question.
Okay.
We as people always want to talk about what? Oh, I don't have but that's what the family name is doing. That's what we got to do. Fuck what you can do your dreams and all that shit, but right now we building this family legacy.
Fuck your dreams.
No, we gotta build this family legacy.
Fuck your dreams.
Your dreams.
No, we gotta say
okay.
You get them shits when you sleep, nigga. Right now when you walk.
Let me go back.
Don't get these hoes.
Let me go back just a little bit. Like I said in the previous podcast, you can still dream, but you're gonna be a firefighter with this though.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that on your off time. Yeah. 40 hours straight though, you're a firefighter. All them other hours that you got that's free time, you can be an artist, you can rap, you can go have dance battles in the middle of the goddamn street while you motherfucking marching for Black Lives Matter.
Hey, they was doing that.
You can go have rap battles, you can go twerk, you can go do all that shit what you want to do after you work 40 hours for this goddamn firefighter company. After you get through fucking digging these holes, after we get through driving these trucks, on your free time, you go do them dream shit. But right now, we need to keep this family legacy going. We're going to do this right now, though.
That's funny. They was rapping and twerking.
Yes, they was rapping and
twerking.
Okay, and for me to keep going. For me to keep going on the question.
I'm sorry, niggas just got shot and motherfuckers rapping.
Twerking.
What the fuck is that?
Has culture, as black people, has culture helped us or hurt us? Has culture more helped us more or hurt us more as blacks?
You talking about what is the culture? First, we got to identify what is the culture.
We're gonna talk about the hip hop culture. Like everybody always say when they say the culture, we're not gonna talk about family culture because that's what we just got to talking about. Yeah. That's what family culture. You need to be doing what the family is named for to be doing. When you find out what your family be doing, nigga, y'all need to be a motherfucker group of firefighters, a group of police, or whatever fuck y'all family, your granddaddy used to do. That's what y'all should be still doing.
Hold on, I got a question.
Okay.
Because how many families have their own thing? Because if you're working for somebody, that should not be the family trend. To go work for Mr. Lou. That's what you do. We work for Mr. Lou. What kind of dumb shit is that? No, break off and do your own shit.
That's a fact.
But then you have to start somewhere. We have to start owning our own shit. Yes, now if you own a mom and pop convenience store, your next generation, like you said, I'm sorry, I need you to keep this going one more gen. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you can still work that, because when we go to the fight, we're just gonna say JJ's. When you go in JJ's, bro, right? They son, daughter be back there taking orders. They be on their phone and doing what they doing. They might don't like being at that register, but they ass there.
When I was in Georgia, right? So motherfuckers want to know where I was at, right? So I was in Georgia, and I was down in Savannah, and I went to this Geechee restaurant, and that's one thing that they had. It was a black young girl. Food was banging, by the way. Damn, I forget the name of it, but the food was banging, and that's what they had. They had the black young girl. She, teenager. She had braces, so she had to be like
13, 14. We're going to say 15.
Maybe 14, 15, right?
Yeah, 14, 15.
But she was just, real polite or whatever. Father came and he was the cook.
Yeah.
But you could tell that's a family thing, right? So it wasn't no off, you get to go, man, and maybe she does do dance class or some shit, or maybe.
But you gonna do that after this though.
But you gonna do that
take
after
these
this.
orders though. Take these orders.
Exactly. That's the less I gotta pay a motherfucker.
Thank you.
I don't have to pay a nigga $20 an hour. That's what the fuck I got you for. We saving money up in here.
Yeah. You gonna get this? We're gonna get this tax write off too.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying my daughter.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But again, we need industries for ourselves, and like you know, to your point, we do need to be more entrepreneur minded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But we can't sell it though. That's the problem. When we do build it up, we fucking sell it.
Nigga,
As black people,
bro, you need a Cadillac.
Huh?
You need a Cadillac, bro. Like, what? your business ain't shit if you ain't at least confidence a Cadillac.
But you can still get a Cadillac if you keep the goddamn business.
You look right to the camera.
But we can't sell it though. We have to keep it.
Bro, after you get the Cadillac, you made it, bro. That's the point of the business. I'm being sarcastic, but that's what I'm saying. Like, niggas, this
gotta get the Bentley, gotta get the Rolls Royce,
or whatever the fuck they doing. That's their goal to get to.
Because that's what everybody's saying on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, little Ron with the Benz.
Yeah.
Little Mike with the Benz.
Yeah.
Dirty Dick Rodney with the Benz.
Dirty Dick Rodney.
I don't know. I feel like the only businesses that we should keep is the ones you're passionate about. I feel like a lot of stuff people when they do it out of survival. So
they don't do it to say they got a business. They do it to say I'm an entrepreneur.
No, I'm talking about the ones you say we got to keep and the ones they sell. To me, that one they passion. They did it out of survival.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like, all right, I see an opportunity. I don't want to do it, but it's opportunity. I'm gonna take that shit. So like you said, once they get that caddy, once they get the Benz, yeah, they sell it. It ain't what they was passionate about. But it take the money up front to do what you're passionate about and then to make money from it. But we're so far behind the ball of having our own. We going through that stuff of I'm gonna do some shit I hate, so my kids can do the shit that they love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
that's what a lot of parents already did that shit. All the immigrants, they came over here and picked up shit after the horses, did some shit they hate, so they kid can do some shit they love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get this family name
popping. Yeah, we gotta do the shit we hate right now. I'm saying our parents do that shit they hate, but let's keep it a buck. They didn't have the financial literacy that we have right now to invest and get a 401k and a Roth IRA. They didn't have all that, but we got the knowledge. So unfortunately, we still gonna have to deal with the shit we hate. So the next generation could make money from the shit that they love. And that's when you find a family passion, right? Because how many times you know somebody, oh, his dad good with his hands, now his son's good with his hand, but he out here still a catalytic converter instead of fixing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they
funny.
good with their hands. That's something. That's what they do. So now let's find a way to make that passion some money. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't get caught starting to catalytic converter.
The shit you doing because you just need the money. You do it and flip it. Now you can do the shit you love.
That's true.
We the family.
But we need to start somewhere though.
Yeah.
We need to start having those conversations. We need to start having those conversations of we need to start building more legacies than just you just trying to be like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I got this. I got the newest bag this. I got the newest bag that. We need to start hustling for these last names instead of these first names. That's why I fuck with Trapper Wall Street so much. He say, stop fucking with the. We hustling so motherfuckers can remember our last names. I'm not worried about my first one. I'm worried about my last one. My daughter gonna keep this shit going. She gonna get her daughters. Whoever else gonna keep this shit going and gonna keep it going, no matter what. But let's go back to the question: has the hip hop culture helped us more or hurt us more as black people?
I mean, I'm thinking these probably last shit, man.
10 years?
No, probably like the last
Shit, 50.
20 years.
No, it's about 50, bro.
Well, rap like really came into prominence in the mid 70s, right? That's when not prominence, it like invented in the mid 70s. Right. You know, people have been doing that type of music for a long time, but I think when it first came out, you know, it was storytelling. It was about what was going on in the neighborhood, you know, and it was just something we was building amongst each other. But what it's doing now is definitely like tearing down the community where, you know, Future could say, you know, he could bring up some name brand and then niggas run out to go get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, we got kids, Future, as far as I know, Future don't like do drugs. That's what I heard, right?
Yeah, he said he's rap about it, but he never do it.
Right, but now you got a whole bunch of kids and
doing everything
he
was rapping about.
Doing everything that he's rapping about. So
that's the very example that I used before. So I'm agreeing with you.
Oh no! What in regards was I
like,
right here?
That he raps about doing drugs, but he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So
I mean that's marketing. I mean he's shout out to Future. You know, he's very good at that, but he's very good at, you know, fucking up the black community. You know, you got other people just like Future. I mean, he talking about how many kids and baby mamas and such he got and all that. Like, people are subscribing to that. They cool with that. Mm-hmm. You know, I can listen to Future and, you know, go about my day. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like,
you're not doing not one thing he gonna talk about. No. It just sounds good.
Like, nigga, you in my age group, you don't influence me nothing. Like,
not at one bit. I'm not listening to you for like, no advice, no whatsoever.
So, I mean, but I think we just, in this time, we got a lot of people that just follow. You know, and the music is what make people follow. You know, they're not, nobody has a brain on their own, what makes them actually really sit down and think and say, well, is this really a good idea that I'm, you know, drinking lean and, you know, fucking all these girls or whatever and having kids and all this stuff. Nobody's really thinking about that. Yeah. You know, so, yeah, I think in the past, I would say probably about 20 years.
20, 25?
Yeah, it's really been a detriment.
I'll say, because I was thinking about this question, I thought about it from a lot of perspectives. I thought about it from, like, a branding perspective, like how, you know, when people get on, because I'm not going to put the person's name out I'm talking about right now, but I just saw a picture of this lady on the thing. She looks real good. And I never seen her or promote her where she said, like, this is me. She probably happened, it probably did. But it had, like, Dior or something on her shirt. But she's taking beautiful pictures in this. But I've never seen her, now I might be wrong, seen her in a black thing taking pictures of that. That's what sometimes the culture get with me, what would be wrong with me. That and...
What about the FUBU, though?
But...
What you mean?
I mean, niggas wore FUBU.
But they weren't posting pictures like that, though.
LL Cool J
that's like one part, but I'm talking about like as a group.
That shit was busting back in that time.
Yes, it was. But I'm saying a lot of people don't promote. Well, like when they have on a fly black owned outfit, they don't really promote it and always constantly take pictures in that. But they'll take pictures like, oh, I got on these Dior sandals, I got on these Gucci flip flop this, I got on this Dior this, I got on these Moncler this, I got on these, you know, Balenciaga this. They don't never just promote, and it's a whole bunch of.
You talk about like hip hop culture?
Yeah, hip hop culture. Yeah, black because we black. We should be
okay, so if I'm a musician, convince me to wear your shit just because we black.
I would think so. Yeah. That and if it's cold as hell, if it's nice.
You said they was gonna sponsor him $10 million, man.
Who?
The artist.
Yeah, Balenciaga be like, hey, $50K, wear this shirt. Your video.
Hey, man, I can't say nothing. Hey, man, they get your money, King. I can't say nothing. But then we're gonna go past. I just thought about that because I looked at it. No, I'm just gonna name a couple things that I had, and then it was about like most people be like, oh, the culture has made a lot of people rich too. Like, you know, this hip hop culture has made a lot of people rich. But I'll look at that and say, would you say they made more people rich than they've killed more people?
It's more people that died by the
1,000%.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you. More people have died from the hip hop culture of trying to live these lyrics and going out here and doing all these murders, and you didn't lost a lot of great people.
The whole drill concept.
Them motherfuckers lose 10 people a day.
Like, this is what's happening, and they happy about it. Then they go on some, you know, on the track and start rapping about it.
That's what I'm saying. So to me, hip hop has fucked us mostly up in the head with everything that it has done more than it has helped us.
So who you blaming though, the artist or the label?
I blame more on the artist
because the music that get pushed out on the radio is not what we choose. It's what the label choose.
And that's the thing. You ain't got to make that though.
Well, who listening to the radio these days?
But that's music that's getting pushed out. That's the shit when you go on Spotify.
They can force an artist on that.
Oh, they go push
it.
They
can force an artist, but niggas like, okay, say for instance, Chief Keef. All that shit was homegrown first. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it everywhere. You heard it everywhere throughout the city.
Throughout the city, exactly. And then they got you know, WGCI and so on. And 92.3, then they got put on to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Then they go bang.
Hey, the guns down.
I was just going to fucking say that. Yeah. Bro, they play a Chief Keef bang bang song and then say put the guns down. Then come back with some little dirt, kill the ops.
Yeah.
And then say put the guns down, stop all the violence.
Act like the DJ picking the music.
But it's still, okay, so why the fuck would you say that right after they play that song though?
Because it's Clear Channel. We're about white Jewish people. Ain't gonna fuck what we do in our community.
What else?
That's true. 1,000%, man.
No, I mean, I get that, but like these days where you can go on YouTube and you can just sit up and watch this type of stuff. I mean, I still got to blame. I got to put some blame on the artist.
No, I'm not taking
You know what I mean?
blame off.
I mean, I expect no disrespect to white people, but I expect the white people to do what the fuck they do, which is capitalize on our shit. Just like they capitalize and put Juneteenth and put a trademark on that motherfucker.
Go make us some ice cream. Go make us some ice cream.
This is what the fuck they doing. So
they just making money.
They making money. They look at, hey, these niggas are stupid. You know what I mean? It's just like that. So I mean, we have to smarten up. Like we can't be like, well, you know, white people. Fuck them. Fuck what white people talking about. Fuck what they doing. We got to do
what's best for
us. At some point, we're gonna have to start, you know, really start thinking some critical thinking, like sitting down
and you know, I honestly think though, I think it's coming because the simple fact of it is you have a lot of people now in the hip hop culture that's like trying to take control of their kids, that's teaching their kids the right way. And I know we see a lot of this bad stuff, and like Space is gonna say, I don't see it and all this stuff. Don't just because we don't see it, don't mean that it ain't happening.
I never say that it doesn't. I just say I need to see it in order to speak on it.
But I know it happens. I know because we hang around people that actually talk like we got some. We do not hang around nobody that be talking some nonsense.
Yeah, but that's people that we see, so we can speak on what we see. I don't see what rappers or people in the media are saying to their kids, but we can see what a lot of times we can see what their parents are teaching them through the actions of the child.
They ain't teaching them shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I, like you said, it's getting better. I mean, I think it's just more of the same.
I think it's just a lot of people don't post this shit too though.
I think it's a great divide. I think it's a divide of parents, you know, black parents that's teaching their kids something and they're straying away from black parents or whatever. Because I think, I might sound crazy, but I've told you guys this before, but I think there should be a class, right? There's always, like, back in the day they had a class system, right? And they still have it now, but you couldn't fuck with those people, you know what I'm saying, that lived over the tracks, right? Because, you know, they were considered, you know, they had low moral values or whatever, and we were, you know, held to standard or whatever. But, you know, I think now that, you know, things have come together where, you know, we go fuck with the people over the tracks, people over the tracks come fuck with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a mishmash in ideals and stuff like that where I think we're kind of getting, there's a point where we're kind of getting back to where there's a separation, where there's people like, okay, we're not fucking with them like that no more. You know what I mean? Where, okay, the people in the hood, they over there shooting, I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going over, I'm not finna go hang on the block.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? My kid's not finna go hang on the block. What for? Why? You know what I mean? Let that whatever mentality we want to call it, ghetto or whatever, let that mentality be over there. But me and mine, we're gonna be safe over here. You see what I'm saying? To me, that's what class is. A class, like not necessarily money, you know, a monetary thing, but more so a mentality of morals and just basic standards, human standards. You know what I mean? Like we're not finna be throwing trash and shit. You know, I got trash in my car. I'm at the stoplight, just toss this shit out the window.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure when you go home or whatever apartment, you go
to a gas station. You gotta go get gas.
Station or whatever. Just throw it there. I never understand shit like that. To me, it's like, dude, why you dirtying up the place already fucking filthy?
Yeah, you remember that story I was talking about when I was and I saw somebody in the gas station with their car right next to a garbage can, and instead of throwing the garbage in the garbage can, they just dropped it on the ground in front of the garbage can.
Where was that?
In Bolingbrook.
Oh, Bolingbrook turned into the hood though.
But like that's playing
it used to be upward, but it's turning back. It's coming back.
That's playing to your point. Like man, to answer your question.
Who raised you?
Facts, TK Kirkland voice. But yeah, go back to your culture.
I definitely agree that the culture, the hip hop culture in particular. First when you asked the question, I was like, what is the culture? Like what is it? Like, where is? Give me a specific example where we can see that this is something that we need to stay away from, or this is how
just
it is.
The hip hop culture in general. You know how people always say, "Oh, we did this for the culture." Oh, I bought that Rolls Royce for the culture. I had $1 million in cash in the front seat for the culture.
Or I
beat this white person up for the culture.
Like, what? They say it's for the culture though.
Because motherfuckers say that, and that's another thing I learned this shit. By the way, is. Just because, you know, you don't have to subscribe to words and shit because they have a definition or, you know what I'm saying, people saying they did. I don't subscribe to a lot of shit, people, even if it has a definition. People make up definitions for shit.
Yeah.
Right? For, you know, to the point of, for the culture, You know, you beating somebody's ass, how the fuck is that for the culture? That's stupid.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? That's stupidity. And because you're saying you did it for the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I grabbed it. Oh, I was going to say something. That would have been a pause in this scenario.
Grinder.
I'm going to say I grabbed the mic. You know what I'm saying? That was a pause situation. But, you know, I'm just saying, but you can put anything on the culture. You know, a person can just put anything on the culture, but you don't have to subscribe to that. That's not for the fucking culture. First we have to identify what is the culture. I know we talk about hip hop, and then normally, is hip hop the culture? Like, is that and everything else? Is hip hop the umbrella and everything falls under it?
I really look at it as kind of like
the corporation is hip hop, and everything falls under it. Everything dealing with black people is really just something dealing with hip hop.
Like, I mean,
what is the culture?
I don't think hip hop is our culture. I think hip hop
is part of our culture.
Hip hop is part of it, but I think hip hop's role when it comes to our culture is them depicting what our culture goes through. You know what I'm saying? What people that follow our culture go through. It used to be a more positive end, like you say, telling stories. Now it's just all the negative shit is just being thrown out there.
What's Jay-Z line? I don't be in the project hallway rapping about how I be in the projects all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, how many of these fucking stories do we gotta hear? Like, nigga, you see what I'm saying? Like, it becomes y'all shit is starting to sound the same. Like,
it really is, bro. And I harp about the rap music a lot, bro. But I really it is astronomically detrimental to us, bro. Like as black people. Is astronomically detrimental, and the way I see it,
because niggas don't know how to compartmentalize things, where they actually taking this shit, you know what I'm saying, to heart, and then like actually doing it, performing it, you know what I mean,
trying to live it,
yeah. Instead of just being like, damn, yeah, oh man, that song bang or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm driving that, or I can work out to this song, and then that's it. Leave that shit there.
Yeah,
don't make it your life.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely, and. That's why when I say, like, y'all asked me, did I listen to what was it? I think it was the new Lil Durk album. Who was it? Uzi Vert. Y'all asked me about last week.
No. It was it was Future album.
It was somebody that you asked me.
Yeah, it was Future album.
It was a new younger artist. But anyway, either way, I said, like, no, I was talking about Lil Durk when I said the music is too violent, because I tried to listen to it and it's just violence, bro. Like I can't listen to it. However, I can listen to an artist who has a variety of subjects that they talk about, right? Like, I can listen to J. Cole, even if J. Cole was talking about like violence, because J. Cole has a fantastic song called Brackets.
Okay, yeah, Brackets.
Right? So I can accept that J. Cole may talk about sex, money, drugs, violence, like a lot of artists do sometimes, because J. Cole on the other side is talking about something that's really impacting black people.
He's diverse in his music. He don't just talk about strictly one thing.
Well,
he talks about a lot of things.
Well, the thing is, that's what I was trying to say, is that a rapper like J. Cole, or even Kendrick Lamar's new album is a good example of our culture, what we go through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there is violence in our culture. Right. There is. That's just, the consequences of...
Sometimes.
Right. Far too often.
Right. That's just consequences of, it's Black lives. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we go through.
Niggas get shot every day, B.
But, like you say, it's different songs that depict our culture, especially when it comes to, like, even Kendrick Lamar album. It's about, like, his personal issues, being a black man.
But they said that was trash, though.
Because motherfuckers so used to listening to just violence, bro.
Exactly.
They gonna be satisfied till Young Thug and them get convicted.
But that's still not gonna satisfy nothing, because then
it's gonna change it, because they use their lyrics in court.
Nope, because they still gonna do the same thing. They've been convicting people on fucking lyrics.
Who they
and stuff like that.
Lyrics?
They done convicted a couple people on lyrics. They done convicted a couple people on lyrics.
Yeah, bro.
And shit you wrote down on Facebook and all that stuff. Even the government even came out and said, we thank God for the internet because they made our jobs a lot more easier.
Yeah,
we got just task forces just to look at social media platforms, because all these idiots doing everything on social media.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the question you said earlier about, like, is it what was it? You said, who do we blame when it comes to music? Do we blame the artist? Do we blame the record label? I blame everybody involved.
I blame really the artist because.
Hold on. Cause you about to say what I'm about to say.
Okay,
right?
go ahead.
I personally agree with you 1,000%. I blame the artist because the record label, you're allowing your record label to use you as an instrument to cause detriment to your people.
Yep.
Because like you saying, you make it out of the hood.
Yeah.
But all the people that live in the place that you came from,
yep.
How is your music helping them get to a position like what you have?
Yep.
So it's ultimately greed, though. On
oh yeah.
Because
from the top down, it's ultimately greed from the record label down to
the artist. Because it's some fact, like you go, if the artist, okay, say they only like violent music, right? What if every artist talk about some positive shit? Wouldn't the record labels have to push positive shit? Mm-hmm. They have to because every artist is like every artist is now talking about positive shit, so they have to do that.
Yeah.
So if every artist just stop. Every artist would just stop, talking about the violence, talking about all that type of stuff, and just talk about positive shit. They'll have no other choice but to put it out there.
The thing is it's the only problem with that, and I agree with you. And the only thing that is the problem with that is the drama and confusion and violence is a lot more attractive than talking positive. Than positive raps.
But shit, that's what America's built on. America's built on violence.
Right, and if your music is about what you've gone through, which is what the type of music that I love, you're talking about some stuff that you're going through, like NWA. You talk about you're talking about the stuff that the police brutality that you experience. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about stuff like that, then I'm cool with you talking about the violence. But if you're talking about killing the person that's next to you, that's a whole different dynamic. And that's why I don't listen to it. That's why, like, I've gone to, I can't even listen to 92.3. I can't, because they play.
That too?
I've had it. I've made the comparison.
I know what you're gonna say.
92.3 plays the hottest music. Between the two, GCI plays the better music.
I feel like 92.3 plays
more
local.
Yeah.
More local.
The water.
Huh?
He had a water in the freezer.
Oh, all right.
Oh, but we just out here just chilling. We on some real
92.3 plays more local, hot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
hot
that.
music, whereas WGCI is playing the mainstream hot.
Yeah, they mostly playing for the record labels. They got the record labels on their payroll.
Just like if you listen to V103 versus 106.3, 106.3 will play the B sides. And the shit that you probably, it's known, but it is not that known versus.
Yeah.
See, y'all niggas ready to go. These niggas over there. Crackling sounds, man. Go ahead.
But no, you is right though. It do 92.3 do play more of the hooder, gutter type stuff, and GCI is more corporate. That the record labels then paid to push that type of music or whatever.
I mean, shit, 92.3 ain't like Gary, so you gotta expect that shit. Like
92 what?
It's in Gary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Gary,
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
So yeah, it's terrible. Play terrible shit.
No, man, I only brought up the whole Black Lives Matter thing because right now the suspicion is that the money that they've gained, or through donations, through under the auspices of promoting a positive agenda, they've squandered it for personal profit.
But ain't that how all people do though? Ain't that how all to me when you got a big corporation like that, I always, no matter how much you say you're trying to help the people or whatever, I always looked at like the CEOs or the people at the higher ups. They get their cut first, and then they just dwindle a little crumbs for everybody else down. I've never looked at them big corporations like they really help people out to what they need to help people out. Now you have the little upcoming foundations and stuff that really help people, like people that personally started, like some of these radio personalities, some of these rappers and stuff like that. Them little things that they start, they really help people out. But when these big corporations do big things and it be on $1 million type level, $1 billion type level, them higher ups get they cut of the money first, and they let that shit trickle down, and then everybody who they trying to help get the little crumbs that they got sprinkled around. I always look at it like that.
And that may be true, right? And I understand what you're saying, I'm just saying this corporation, Black Lives Matter. The way I understand it, the way I've been seeing it, their rhetoric was help the black community, right? That's what. Do you disagree? Like,
I never thought they was helping the black community.
Well, I mean, that's what they made it out to look like.
I never even thought we were going to say Black Lives Matter.
I thought Black Lives Matter was more so for the police violence.
That's what I thought. Okay. That's the only thing I thought.
But even then, like you said, they weren't doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Essentially, that's what I'm really getting at. Like even with the families of people that like. I want to see how this is going to turn out because it's still a fresh situation. But just the fact, like, if that weren't true, that you weren't just blowing your money. Okay, they had a $6 million mansion, right? They say it's like it's for the Black Lives Matter Foundation. Do you need a $6 million mansion or do you need an office building?
Shit, they turned it into an office building.
A
You
mansion?
can't tell me what I can use, what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy whatever's on the market and I think it's available that I want to buy.
You're right, but
I'm the only employee in this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to buy whatever.
Again, my issue is with that is like, they finessed the bread. I mean, it's cool. Like, it is what it is. They finessed it. It's cool. Nobody I know gave, like, there's probably 1 in 10 black people, if that.
Man, all big corporations gave you that for the shut up. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That was probably money laundering.
Yeah, like the NFL. Like the NFL threw them a bunch of money to shut us up. NHL threw them a bunch of money to shut us up. MLB threw them like all these major corporations and these sports teams threw them a bunch of money to say, oh, we're going to donate, like with the Cap situation. For Cap to shut up, they cut him his check and they say, oh, we're going to donate a lot of money in your name to Black Lives Matter. That's what people was doing. It was just a fundle for that. So they didn't really care about what happened to the money. They were just trying to use that to shut us up.
Say ain't go to jail. Ain't nobody go to jail.
No,
well, it's fresh.
If they don't go to jail, this ain't no big deal.
That's what I'm saying. They not gonna go to jail neither.
That's what I'm saying. Because if it was really about something, motherfuckers done went to jail for less. People done went to jail for $10,000 as far as campaign funds.
Hell no, they went for 12. They went for 12.
Yeah, 12,000.
They went for 12.
So that ain't no money.
Yeah, it ain't no bread. That is not no bread. That's not no bread.
You go to jail for?
Nah, hell no. I ain't going to jail for no $12,000.
Exactly. So that ain't no bread.
There ain't no bread.
Right.
There ain't no bread.
I've been saying that, man.
But it don't sound bad though.
No,
the $12,000 don't sound bad, but going to jail for that shit, hell no. I probably do it.
But for a couple million, like
couple million.
I go to jail for a couple million and pay them restitution of $500,000.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Facts,
Let me get that license plate.
License plate holders. Hey, we in there making license plate holders and license plates for the state of Illinois for a year and a half, and I get my 1.5 when I get out. I'm cool.
A year and a half.
You wouldn't do a year and a half for 1.5? You ain't doing a year and a half for 1.5?
I ain't doing a year and a half.
You ain't doing the 1.5?
It's on that edge. You on the edge right now. It's like,
I'm not doing no jail time.
Free time?
If you at on 26?
Huh?
You going to 26?
I ain't
What, 26 California?
Yeah.
26 California?
I'm not going to jail.
I mean, that's county time. You only got to do half. Get out.
Shit, I'm getting up being good. I'm going to get out quicker than that.
I'm not doing no jail time.
$10 million, you're not doing no jail time.
I'm not doing no jail time.
You just said that was You just said on a couple episodes that you going to jail for like, we were talking about 30.
You said a year and a half. It kind of cut me off.
I think it was
cut me off at the year and a half. I'll do 6
months.
months.
Previous
Yeah.
Okay, I learned this shit that I won't be going to jail.
Hey, what else?
No, it's not that. What I'm saying is, if you go to jail for something like that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, don't go to jail just to be, doing little petty ass crimes and stuff.
Right.
$10 million.
Like a white collar.
Right,
$10 million.
but you're not going to jail to collect the check afterwards.
Yes, you is.
No, you're going to jail. You got the $10 million up front. Boom, we caught your ass. Right? You don't get the you don't get the bread after you then did your time.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Would you go to jail?
I'm saying no. I wouldn't go to jail. Why would I? No, I wouldn't go to jail because ain't no guarantee. Ain't no guarantee you'll make it up out of there.
He wasn't here, was he?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
you do 2 years, right?
As soon as you come across that thing, when you get through doing your time,
I understand this. I understand this.
It's a lot going on.
I understand this. You go to jail to get the check, right?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I would, if you're going to jail and you went to go, I don't know, rob something, get $10 million, cool, you did that. I wouldn't go to jail because I did that. Why would I go to jail just to be playing?
No,
that's playing to me.
What he's saying is...
He just said what he said.
Yeah,
what
that's
he's saying
I said.
is... Somebody come to you like, hey, we gonna put you in jail.
No, I'm not playing in jail. Like, this is... What I'm saying is, if I committed the crime, then I'll do the time for the bread that I committed. You know what I'm saying? For the bread.
No, he said this ain't no crime. This just a motherfucking white suit.
I
all
get
black
that.
suit coming up.
I get that. I'm not getting a check to collect just to be playing in jail. That's what I'm saying. This is playing to me. Like, here, you go do some time and I'm gonna give you some bread. Like, no, not for me. No. Y'all niggas could do that. I'm not.
Year and a half is kind of stretching it for me. That's what I was like.
I'm not doing no time in jail.
6 months.
Look here. I get my truck company when I get out.
It's a lot of felons with trucking companies, so either way you was gonna be good.
No, I'm going to get multiple when I get out.
Hey, people who watching, knock on this nigga door. And Mall 98 with the spaceship outside.
Yeah, that's spaceship outside. I'm becoming a motherfucking HOI member. I'm gonna be a Muslim. Stop eating pork.
This nigga cat.
Eat beef.
He cat.
Eat bean pies. Eat bean pies, and I'm coming out motherfucking with bow ties on, with a suit.
We got anything else, Space?
Hey man, I ain't going to jail. Not even to visit a nigga.
He said not even visit.
No.
Hey, this they paying me to visit. I'm coming.
No, why?
I'm cool.
Well, if I happen to ever go to jail, put me in solitary confinement for that whole time.
You gonna come out crazy than motherfucker.
It is what it is.
You gonna come out crazy than
Hey,
motherfucker.
I did that. That's,
You gonna come out crazy as hell.
That's the point of jail, right? To me, when you commit a crime, like, niggas be dipping and dodging and all that shit, like, this is KNoWKi podcast, right? We hold ourselves accountable, hold other people. Nigga, you did that. When you shoot a motherfucker, and it is what it is, you stand right there and say, I did that. Nigga, like, what are we hiding for? Y'all niggas is not hard like that. Otherwise, you would stand there. I don't give a fuck if the burner was fake or you done got it off. You done got it from. You're not really like that. Stand right there when the law come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stand right there when the law come and say, nigga, I did that. Like that. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. That's what, to me, if you're gonna be a criminal, be that. Just stand on your square and say, I did that. I took that. You know what I mean? That goes with like snitching and shit like that. No snitching. Like, okay, I did something with somebody or whatever.
But hey, but the piggyback off what you just said.
Yeah.
These niggas is doing it because they're recording on podcasts. They
I'm talking about
run around for a little while. They're reporting on live. They just run around trying to dodge just a little bit. Yeah. But they said I did that because they don't count.
I'm talking about when you blow a nigga shit back and you stand right there with the police come. Put the gun down. Yes, nigga, I did that. Because you got your target. That's what you was trying to do. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing?
They're trying to keep doing some more.
Okay. That's dumb. What's the point? There's no point.
Well, I thought
go ahead.
The objective of being a
criminal is not to get caught.
That is the objective. But I'm talking about if you're out here killing people. You know
okay. If you really had a beef with somebody and you wanted to go ahead and because they did whatever they did to you, go do what you did to them, and let's go ahead and let me go do my time and then come back.
That's real man, real nigga activity. Not driving by the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Shooting, you know what I mean? Doing one of these and taking off. Like, why are we doing that?
Run up to him like, pow, pow, and then run and take off.
Yeah, none of that.
Just pow, pow, pow.
If you ever hear
the grinder sign out
if you ever hear the beef, you take care, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I watched the last week's podcast, and like you said, somebody do something to a family member of yours, you're gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm dead serious on that. I stand on that.
Right? I'm
on that. Like, cause like if fresh special, if I really fuck with the family member, I'm on that. Yeah. I really don't fuck with you. I ain't doing that. Bro. So I ain't gonna say you do something to all my family members. I'm going, but it's a couple of them where I'm going past go. I ain't gonna be worried about that. I'm doing that motherfucking time without collecting a 1.5 million.
Man. Alright, so Spaces, man, you got Mesh? I'm glad it's you. I beat you to it, buddy. I beat you to it, man. Spaces with Mesh today.
Alright, I got one. So, in light of this conversation, so if you think that music is not influential, right? If you think it's not influential, if you don't think that it affects how you feel, if you don't think it affects how you, if you don't think it affects your behavior, go challenge to everybody. If you think that, and this is for whoever it applies, go a month without listening to it and see how you feel. Because I know, for example, this is for me, it's on the same level. A while ago, I think it was, oh man, I forget how long ago it was, but I was fasting, and what I fasted from was fast food, right? I fasted from fast food, and I made it through a whole 30 days without fast food, and I felt fantastic, right? I felt wonderful, right? I felt wonderful, and even now, I'm cutting out fast food as much as I can. The way I do it now is before I leave out of the house, I eat to get full, so that if I do eat something, it'll be something that doesn't have preservative in it, that's not gonna cause any detriment to my health. I check the ingredients. So same thing. Go a month without listening. Go 2 weeks without listening to music. If you think it doesn't affect your if you think it doesn't affect your mentality, if you think it doesn't affect your behavior, go check out the Will Hill Show, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check them out on YouTube. It's great conversation over there. This podcast is sponsored by the 1448 Bakery. That's 1448baconco.com. Go to the website and at checkout put in the code KNoWKi, KNoWKi, to get 15% off of your order of cake cookies. This has been another rendition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, kings. It's your man Spaces.
Sound man Dave.
Bitch, don't get too comfortable. It's Jay every day.
Hey, this your boy Mom meeting adjourned, man.
That was a future line.